Welcome to the high-pressure world of hospitality management. Perfection is always the goal, but when you are dealing with hundreds of guests, complex facilities, and tight turnarounds, friction is inevitable. Ask an entry-level employee, and they will likely tell you that a flawless, complaint-free shift is the ultimate measure of success. But that silence is actually a massive vulnerability. The most dangerous guests aren't the ones yelling at the front desk. They are the ones who walk away quietly, holding on to their frustration, only to unleash it later on social media and travel review sites. When a guest actually brings an issue to your attention, they are handing you a very specific window of opportunity. They care enough about their stay to give you a chance to fix it before they check out. A voiced complaint is the only actionable metric you have in the moment. It allows the front desk to step in, solve the problem, and actively protect the property's public reputation. This chart illustrates a counterintuitive principle in consumer behavior known as the service recovery paradox. To see how it works, we map guest loyalty over a timeline of their stay. A guest who experiences a perfectly fine, problem-free visit typically maintains a steady baseline of loyalty. They get exactly what they expected, resulting in a flat trajectory. Now, watch the guest who experiences a service failure but receives an exemplary resolution. Their loyalty takes an initial hit, but as the staff steps in and solves the issue, that loyalty spikes, ultimately landing much higher than the guest who never had a problem at all. Taking aggressive ownership of a mistake proves the hotel's commitment to the guest in real time. It turns a negative incident into a powerful driver of long-term brand loyalty. To ensure consistency during these high-stress moments, hospitality professionals rely on a structured operational blueprint known as the LEARN approach. The first step is listen. This requires suppressing the very natural human instinct to interrupt or defend yourself. You have to let the guest vent their frustration completely. In this moment, the receptionist acts as an emotional anchor. By maintaining a composed tone and controlled body language, they absorb the guest's aggression and force the turbulent situation to stabilize. Once they feel heard, you empathize. Using a phrase like, "I can see why that would be frustrating and I would feel the same way," immediately validates their experience and lowers their emotional temperature. Listening and empathizing do not mean admitting legal or operational fault. They are calculated tactical maneuvers designed to neutralize psychological friction so that actual problem-solving can begin. The next step is to apologize. A sincere apology targets the guest's negative experience directly, and you offer it regardless of which specific staff member actually caused the error. This is where many interactions fail. Using defensive language acts as an immediate roadblock. Instead, pivot to positive language. Say, "Here is what I can do for you," keeping the interaction moving forward by framing the response around immediate possibilities rather than limitations. By carefully selecting the vocabulary of the interaction, the professional dictates the pace and maintains absolute control over the final outcome. With the tension de-escalated, you enter the resolve phase. Effective solutions require a customized approach that is proportionate to the specific inconvenience the guest experienced. Recovery falls into 3 tiers: physical changes like a room upgrade, compensatory gestures like a spa credit, and the personal touch like a handwritten apology. But speed matters most. A solution within 10 minutes has immense value. 2 hours later, it's an afterthought. A technically perfect solution deployed too late is effectively useless. Acting with speed and urgency provides undeniable proof to the guest that their satisfaction is your immediate priority. The guest is taken care of, but the LEARN framework isn't over. The final step is to notify, shifting focus away from the lobby and into the hotel's internal operational systems. The specific details of the incident must be meticulously logged into the property management system. Routing this data to the relevant department heads is what triggers back-of-house follow-up, ensuring that the broken air conditioner or systemic booking glitch gets repaired. Without this notification step, a successfully resolved problem isn't fixed. It is merely a delayed recurrence waiting to ambush the very next guest who checks in. Even when every step of the LEARN framework is executed perfectly, the entire recovery effort remains vulnerable if you skip the final phase. This is known as closing the loop. It is the deliberate, proactive act of seeking out the guest after a solution has been implemented to directly confirm their satisfaction. It can be as simple as a targeted phone call to their new room, or stopping them for a purposeful check-in as they cross the lobby to ask if everything is meeting their expectations. Assuming a problem is fixed without the guest's explicit confirmation leaves all of the time, energy, and resources you just invested completely open to failure. When that loop is finally closed and the recovery is verified, the guest's perception of the property shifts entirely. The illusion of a cold, faceless corporation falls away. Instead, what snaps into focus is a dedicated human team that genuinely cares about their well-being. Operational friction is a reality in hospitality, but by executing structured empathy and backing it up with swift action, professionals turn every logistical challenge into an undeniable reason for the guest to return.